Hi, I'm Daniel Rodriguez, and here is my extreme weather project. It's been raining consistently for months now. The river near my house is starting to overflow. The levees are rapidly diminishing. Soon everything will be covered in water. There are many ways floods can occur. A drought could harden the soil and make it difficult for water to be absorbed into the ground. There could also be so much rain that the soil couldn't soak up anymore. A big storm could cause very large waves to crash onto coastal houses. Tropical cyclones, earthquakes, or volcanoes erupting could cause massive tidal waves to flood land. If a dam breaks, anything near it would be devastated. And then there's global warming. This would cause ice caps to melt, creating slow but devastating ocean rising floods. Floods are usually created in valleys, deltas, which are places in between two rivers, and floodplains, which are places next to rivers. They can also occur when a dam breaks, and in monsoons, which are places that rain a lot. Floods can take place in the spring because all the snow melts, which runs into rivers and cause overflows. They can also occur in early summer because during heavy rainstorms the ground can't soak up more water, causing overflow. They can also occur in the fall due to intense tropical storms. One of the most destructive floods in the history of the United States was the Great Mississippi Flood of 1927. It affected Arkansas, Illinois, Louisiana, Kentucky, Mississippi, Missouri, Tennessee, Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. People weren't warned about this flood. It had been raining for about 3 months and the levees couldn't hold much more water. The first levee went down on April 16th. The second one broke 5 days later. Rich plantation owners sacrificed their African American workers to build levees quickly before their precious cotton was destroyed. While the flood was occurring, in some residential areas, water levels reached up to 30 feet. Over 27,000 square miles were covered. There were over 240 casualties. The water would not subside for months. 700,000 people were displaced during the 2 months of horror. All the destruction cost more than $400 million. In today's currency, that would be equivalent to more than $5 billion. The crops destruction cost more than $102 million. In today's money, that would be equivalent to more than $1.3 billion. More than 16.5 million acres of land in a total of 7 states were flooded. 162,000 homes were swamped. 41,000 buildings were devastated. Almost 6,000 boats were used. More than 325,000 people were served in 154 Red Cross camps with 31,000 volunteers. 120 levees were destroyed. The Corps of Engineers built the biggest levee system in the world for precaution. It was the most destructive flood in the history of the U.S. Water levels reached up to 52 feet in the levees. That's a record for the U.S. that still stands today. It was pouring 15 inches of rain in 18 hours. This much precipitation caused the Mound of Landing to overflow with double the water volume of Niagara Falls. The government eventually helped by sending in the Corps of Engineers, but they didn't until it was too late. Thousands of African Americans were sent to save cotton farms. Most African Americans switched over to the Democratic Party because the government didn't help the African Americans during the Great Flood of 1927. If a flood is going to occur, you would need safety measures. You would need a first aid kit. You would need at least 2 evacuation routes, just in case. You should have contact with the news. You should have rain clothes. You have to make sure you go downstairs to turn off the circuit breaker. Make sure you get to high ground if possible, and bring any valuables with you. If you are stranded, you would need food and water. If you're on the road and you see flowing water, run the other way. If you're in your car and it's getting flooded, get to the roof, through the sunroof or the window. Thank you for watching Daniel Rodriguez's Extreme Weather Project.